Today's day 15 of the 31-day challenge. We're about halfway. And today we're going to go over our last Hugging Face model image to text. This model is going to take an image that we had previously created from the text to image model and then give us a description about it. Here's an example. Here's a Mario image that we created from the text to image model. And then when we run that through the image to text model, it generates the text Mario running through mushrooms in a forest. This is the last one before the next video where we put some of these together. We've already gone over text to image, a text to speech model flow, text to video, speech recognition with Whisper, and then we finally created our own music generation. And now the model we're going to go over today, we're going over a Salesforce model. Just last month, it had almost 750,000 downloads, and we'll be using an inference server instead of using Transformers API. Let's get started. As I mentioned, we're going to be using an image to text model from Salesforce called Blip Image Captioning Large. And you can use the Transformers API just like this, okay? You can certainly do this, but today we're going to be using the Deploy Inference Server API. So you're going to choose the Inference API serverless. The inference endpoints dedicated is more for production ready deployments and you have to pay for that. So we're going to use the serverless. So if you click on this, at the top here, you want to create your own token, and then you might have to sign up and log in if you haven't already at this point. And then we're basically going to be copying this code and using this. Get your API token, copy this, and then paste it into a new Python file. Copy and paste the code. I'll just have my token in here whenever I go to run this. We're not going to use an AI agent here because we're going to use that in the next video for the build workforce number 2, which is where we have multiple of these models combined together. However, this mario.png, this is a file that we had created from the text to image from day 10. So you can just choose whatever image you want. So this just opens. So this reads the bytes from a file, saves that to data, and then we call request.post, and we take this API URL here from Hugging Face, give it the headers, which is essentially your bearer token, and then the data, which is the image as bytes. And then we can return the JSON from that response. So here the output is equal to the query, and I hard code the file name. So I get the first item in the array, which is actually only one, and then the property is generated text. So this will just return me the actual text instead of the whole JSON. And when we run this, because this is an inference server, it's not actually running on my local machine. It should take a much quicker time, and it does. So here is the array of JSON data, and then this is just the actual generated text. Okay, and I have a different image. We can run this again. So I just changed the name to sam.png. Okay, this is actually just a picture of Sam Altman, and it describes it as there's a man in a suit sitting at a table. I thought it might actually give the name of him, but it didn't. All right, I'm gonna try one more. This is called george.png. I'll see what it describes, and then I'll show you the image. Okay, well, I just took this picture of George Washington, the portrait of a man in a black coat and white collar, which I mean, he is, but it knew Mario, but it didn't know Sam Altman or George Washington. And that's fine. I just picked a model. There might be better models out there to use with this, but at the end of the day, it did describe the image the way it looks. Okay, this was a quick video, and this is probably the last one where we use a model from Hugging Face, and I show you how to. After today, we're going to start putting things together, and we'll learn other integrations that we can use with AutoGen. I know we didn't use AutoGen to create AI agents this time, but the next video, we're going to have a few of them with function calling. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Remember, I have a free newsletter that you can sign up for in the description. It comes out every Sunday at noon. So we got another halfway to go. It won't be long before I start opening up a Discord. It might be easier for us to interact with each other so that we can also build a community that has, we can have best practices, and we have all these prompts that other people can use and other ideas that we can kind of put together, and we can just all share them, right? Thank you for watching. I'll see you next video.